what's going to get him where he needs to get. But when you look at some of the old saints, I mean way back, they didn't have the education and they didn't have the things that they needed. But they depended on something that they didn't see, which was eternity. When you depend on eternity, it only brings you eternal things. Eternity brings you eternal things. Reasoning brings you reasonable things. Will bring you, it's your intellect. Your intellect will only take you as far as your intellect can take you. Your common sense can only take you as far as common can take you. He's trying to get you out of the knowledge of common sense. Common sense, you say, well, I need common sense. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you having common sense. But he needs you to move the common sense when he's coming and remove the reasoning and take on revelation knowledge. See, there's a different knowledge other than your common sense. Your common sense tells you that what it does is it reasons with you and says, well, that's not common to our senses. It's not common to our senses. That common sense that you just said, does that register with our common sense? That's why we call it common sense. But what God is doing is he's trying to take you out of that register and put you in a new book. He's trying to give you this book, and what happens is God has called you and he says, I want you to go and witness to that person. Well, common sense is going to tell you, well, we never witnessed before. We never did this before. Common sense is going to come in and bring you some reason why you can't do what God has told you to do. That's why you can't see what God needs you to see. Because if God healed a person, it was God that did it, and it was the miracle that he wanted to produce through you. If God wanted to produce a miracle through you, he can't use you in common sense. Are you with me? He's trying to take you out of the common reasoning and put you in revelation knowledge. This is a knowledge that might be new to us, but it's a knowledge that's from him. I've been called for this time to tell you what I'm here to do. At this time, he's called me at this time to bring this knowledge to you. Because before it couldn't have been brought to you. But now you got it. Now you're getting this. People are stepping out on the water. Because Jesus didn't have the common sense. He only had what God told him. And when you go by what he tells you, all of a sudden you see the things that he says. But you got to understand that Satan is in the battle because you're fighting the kingdom. But you bring in a kingdom. And the kingdom that God is trying to get you to see is more powerful than the kingdom in the earth. If he can get you to see past what you see, that's why we walk by faith and not by sight. Because when you're looking past what you see. It's taking you past what you see. And what you see is the kingdom. You see something that you don't see in faith. And that's the kingdom. Now you got to create the kingdom. Because Jesus came and created the kingdom. It was, check this out. Peter, he told Peter, he said, Peter, I need you to, we got to pay our taxes. I need you to go down there and go fishing. And the first fish you pull in, pour the coin out of his mouth. Now, Peter could have said, no, Lord, that's not something that we used to do. Now, see, we usually just go fishing, and we get in about a whole bundle and then take it down to the market and sell it. But when you're dealing with God, you're not dealing on an intellectual status. You're dealing with an eternal status. When the eternal speaks to you, oh good God, when the eternal speaks to you, the eternal tells you something, and you remove the doubt and you do what the eternal says. It's the eternal that brings you the creation that you need in your life. You can't get it on your own recognizance, but you can get it from the eternal. When the eternal tells you that, hey, don't go back. Now you're going to hear some stuff, but just continue to do what I say. And when the eternal speaks to you, you do what the eternal says. People say, well, I can't hear from God. He's always talking to you, but you're steadily reasoning. You're steadily reasoning with yourself, trying to figure it out yourself. Well, if I do this, that, and God is saying, just go over there and take the fish and pull the coin out and go pay both our tax. See, if you go by reasoning, Peter would have never did it. Reasoning stops you. It brings doubt to you. But God is so holy that he's trying to bring you into revelation. He's trying to bring you to a mightier place, a higher place. Are y'all with me? I feel like I'm in a storm. Jesus. Let's go to John 1. Now look at this. John 3 and 1. Remember, where we are is we're speaking on from above. See, when you're born from above, you're in a whole different realm. You're not in the realm that you used to be in. Because see, you got to understand that there's greatness in you to move and do things on the earth. Are you with me? Amen. Look at this. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are the teacher, come from God. For no one can do these signs that you do unless God is with you. Y'all see this? He saw something that was different in Jesus. Nobody could do what he could do. Nobody is going to be able to do what you can do. Nobody. Listen. He said in John 16, he said that these signs shall follow you if you believe. See, Jesus so much believed in God that everything that he did, God did. Everything that God did, he did. Jesus walked on the water. Jesus go out there and speak to that storm. Because he believed so much in God that it was going to be done. He didn't go by reason. Wait, he was a man just like us. He wasn't no different than us. He had flesh and blood in us. But what was in him was the Christ. The kingdom. And the kingdom was coming. Because when he came, he brought something with him. Because no man that was on the earth was doing what Jesus done. No man was laying hands on the sick and making the blind see. No man was doing this. And what Jesus is trying to tell us, I'm still the same Jesus, but I sit on the right hand of the Father, but I left Christ in you. I left him in you so you can do something like what I did. But you got to catch up so you can understand that it's all in you already to do what he's done. But you got to know and believe only in the Father and not believe in the sense realm. When you take the sense realm, you'll only and what you see. But God